Morning everyone. We were reading this chapter, The Address. We have read it till here. And till here we have read that, finally that woman recognized our narrator, and she says that, that had she come back, because she had not hoped that she would be coming back, but she said that yes, I was the only one who had come back. And then she just, hiding behind the door. She was not she was concealing herself. She was not coming in front of that girl. So let's read further. I've come here specially on the train, wanted to talk to you for a moment. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. I can't see you another time. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. So what happened? She just standing there, and she said that lady said that I was regretting that I could not do anything for you. And then she said that that girl said, the narrator said that I have come on train especially to meet you. I have come from a long distance and I really wanted to talk to you just for a second, or just for a moment, just for a minute. She nodded. She just moved her head. That lady just moved her, and what she said that it is not convenient for me now, that it is not suitable for me now, it is not easy for me to talk now, because I cannot see you. I cannot see you means that I cannot talk to you. I cannot entertain you in the house. I would talk to you another time, some other day. If you come, I would talk to you then. She nodded, and then narrator nodded her head. She moved her head, and she just she carefully that lady nodded her head, and she carefully closed the door as if nobody would be disturbed in the house. So she did it hideously. She really did not want to know, to be known by her family that somebody is there, somebody is inquiring about her. So she did that. And then that girl was standing in front of the door, and she was looking at the movement of the house. So she said, I stood where I was on the step. So the narrator was standing there where she was, standing, and the curtain in front of the bay window moved. What do you mean by bay window? It is front side of the window. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing, the woman would have said. It was nothing. So she was standing where she was earlier, and then she saw that somebody was looking at her behind the window, from the front window behind the curtains. And the one who was looking at her, he or she would have asked that lady that who is outside and what she want. And then that lady would have asked that no, nothing, it is nothing, that she doesn't want anything, it was not important. So that was a supposed conversation which narrator thought that lady would be having with the person who is in the house, because she was just standing there. She was just watching the movements of the house. So there was two persons in the house, the lady and some other one, who was inquiring about her, about narrator, that who was she and what he wanted. So she said that, oh, nothing, it was nothing. So I looked at the nameplate again. Darling, it said in black letters on white enamel, and on the jamb a bit higher the number 46. So what happened? She just looked at the nameplate. She had that nameplate. They had a look on the nameplate, and it has written Darling on its enamel. Enamels means on the plate. It was like a plate. You have seen nameplate. So on the enamel means the plate. The name was written on Darling, and it was on the jamb. It was on the stones of the wall. Okay, it was there, and it was a bit higher than the number. And what was the number? Number was 46. It was his house number. And then what happened? As I walked slowly back to the station, I thought about my mother, who had given me the address years ago. It had been in the first half of the war. I was home for a few days, and it struck me immediately that something or other about the rooms had changed. I missed various things. My mother was surprised I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Darling. I had never heard of her, but apparently she was an old acquaintance of my mother, whom she had not seen for years. She had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then she had come regularly. So what happened? She was just she just started going back to the station, because she was not able to have the conversation with that lady, and she was just thinking about her mother, that her mother had given her address during the war, and when she was at home, and when she came at home, she was very surprised. She was recalling the earlier time when she was young, and when they were living in the house before the war. And when she came, she must be studying outside. When she came to her house, she was surprised that some things were missing in her house, from the rooms of the house. And then her mother told told her about Darling, that Darling what her acquaintance. It was apparent. It was, it appeared that she was acquaintance. Acquaintance means that she was familiar to her. That lady, that Darling, was familiar to narrator's mother earlier, but somehow they lost the contact. But still they renewed the contact again, and she had not seen her for years, but they renewed the contact again. And just, that lady, that Darling, the lady whom she met is Darling, Mrs. Darling, you can say that. So now she came regularly. They suddenly had that contact, renewed their contact, and she was coming regularly to their house. This whole conversation was before the war, when she was a girl, and she had seen that lady, Mrs. Darling, at her house, because she, after some time, she used to come to their house regularly, because they had renewed the contact. And it was, it may be that those missing things of her house, they would be given to Mrs. Darling by her mother, so that she can preserve them, because they were afraid that there would be war and she would lose her all belongings. So that must be the point. Then, every time she leaves here, she takes something home with her, said my mother. She took all the table silver in one go, and then the antique plates that hung there. She had trouble lugging them, large vases, and I am worried she got a crick in her bag from the crockery. My mother shook her head pityingly. I would never had dared ask her. She suggested it to me herself. She even insisted. She wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, we shall lose everything, she says. So what happened when narrator's mother and Mrs. Darling renewed their contact? So what happened, she used to, whenever that lady leave their house, she used to have some things with her. She used to have the things, the belongings of their house. Every time the mother has told narrator, her mother has told narrator that she took the table silvers in one go means in one time. Then she took the antique plates. Then she had the trouble of taking those large vases, and her mother was worried that she got a crick. It is a crick means a sudden jolt, जिसको झटका बोल सकते हो आप इंग्लिश हिंदी में. A sudden jolt in her back, and her mother was very much concerned about her. She was pitying her. She said that I would have not asked by myself, but she Mrs. Darling insisted me that I am going to keep these nice things very safely, because in the war they would be destroyed. You would not be able to get them again. So after war, when you came back, then you can have those things. I will preserve them for you. So this was the whole story behind this all things, that Mrs. Darling used to come to narrator's house daily before war, and she used to take there all those nice things, nice possessions, nice belongings, to her house, in order to preserve them. And it may be that now narrator is moving to her house. Narrator is searching for Mrs. Darling to have her possessions back, so that she can have her memories of her mother back, because it seems that she had lost everything in her war. She was the only survivor of the war from her home. There was nobody in her home except her. So have you agreed with her that she could keep everything? I asked. So narrator have asked her mother that, have you agreed that, do you agree that she's going to keep everything, she would keep them everything, and she would keep them safe? As if that's necessary, my mother cried. It would simply be an insult to talk like that, and think about the risk she is running each time she goes out of door with a full suitcase or bag. So her mother cried at her, this question, that is it, that have you agreed that she is taking our things with her? So have you agreed those things, because these are very private things for you, and you really do not want to be taken away by anybody else. So her mother cried that is very necessary, that is very important, and it is like an insult to me if I do that, but I have to do that because I really want to save them, and I am thinking about it, that lady is taking a risk. The narrator's mother was very much concerned about Mrs. Darling, that she is taking a risk every time. Why? Because she is always taking a full suitcase back to her house, and she must be having so much pain taking these suitcases to the house. And here here narrator's mother had a full trust on Mrs. Darling, that she is going to keeping them safe for them, and she would return on time. And we will find out earlier that she does that or not. So read your chapter till here. Next we will read later.